We need to talk.
About what?
I cannot wear these anymore. I'm getting sick and tired of wearing these.
You lost.
I don't care. This is an old joke from last year.
Yeah, but it's the thing.
There's got to be some. Okay, there's got to be a deal we can make here. Because I don't want to wear these anymore.
All right.
I don't want to wear them.
All right. If you can beat the upcoming guest on Athlete Spotlight in arm wrestling, you can take him off.
Okay, who am I facing?
Anthony Gentile. Sounds like a familiar name. I feel like I've heard of that name from a few other people or something.
You can't be serious.
No, yeah.
Anthony. Really? Why Anthony? Why Anthony? Like, that makes no sense. You know what? He's not even the best Gentile. Top 5 in no particular order. Matt, Mike, Brady, Barrett, Rudy. He's not even in the top 5. He is not even in the top 5. So why am I facing him? Seriously, that makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. Have you seen the mullet? Have you seen? He's behind me, isn't he?
Yeah. There
we go. Hey, what's up, dude? Yeah, you have glasses? Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna keep those on. There you go. Yeah. Let's do this.
Let's do the show. All right, the Little Bro classes are they're back on. Okay, in all seriousness, Anthony Gentile joining us here on the show. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, nice for having me.
For Athlete Spotlight. Anthony and I have known each other for a very long time. Went to the same high school, so yeah. I mean, I can remember back to going to the baseball games and. You were making forts in the woods and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit of bad blood there. You did take the last spot on Super 8s.
I did. Oh, I did.
You did?
I did.
Nah, it's all good. I love that. That was fun. Old White Sox, man.
Oh, White Sox for life.
Yeah.
White Sox for life. But
I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Little League.
Yeah.
Oh, only the best Little League baseball team.
Yeah, literally. This guy, the amount of dingers he hit, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Tell you what, more than Richie.
More than Richie. He's not even here anymore.
I wish he was here.
He left. As the internet is being super slow, I'm trying to pull up your bio. Yeah, we went to Greenville together and found ourselves here at Edinboro. As I'm trying to find you, so give me a second. Seriously, what is wrong with this website? I keep trying to find you. Like literally, it's not that hard to see the mullet on here. It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's a fashion statement. It really is.
You know what? Okay, I found you, but real quick. So talk about this. You didn't have this the entire time I've known you.
No, so I COVID year got bored, like right at the start of COVID. I got real bored, and I was like, my cousin cuts hair. She came over, and I was like, let's get a mullet. Let's see how it goes. And then ever since then, I've been growing it out. I'm gonna grow it out until I win a Petkac ring, and then I'll cut it off.
There you go.
There you go. All right, so high school, obviously Greenville.
Yep.
You played football, wrestling, tennis, and then obviously you mentioned you also did track at one point too.
Yep.
District 10 sack leader and you had an all-region selection, and then in 2022 played in 6 games for Edinboro. So there was something, and I actually remembered there was something you mentioned about your family's history for here at Edinboro. So I guess we'll start off by talking about that. So just so then I don't forget.
Yeah, so I'm the 3rd generation to play here. Grandpa's, I call him Pat, started off here. He played the first game at Sox Harrison Stadium, if you can believe that.
Wow. Yeah.
Dad came here. He was an All-American here. He was real good. Won a Petkac ring against IUP.
Beef.
Wish I could remember the year. Yeah, beef. Now I'm here trying to make my legacy known here. Pave my own way,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely great when you can write your own, kind of like what I do, write your own story.
Yeah.
And no matter whatever happened in the past, positive, negative, no matter who did what in the past, writing your own story means a lot, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. Yeah, I mean, so from the questions that I have on here to start off, obviously went to the same high school, so I know the competition you had to play. Farrell, Wilmington.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess talk about the work that you had to put in to get to where you are today.
Well, it was a lot of lifting. In high school, I was definitely a lot smaller, so I was a lot faster, which helped me play my role in high school as defensive end. I'm nose guard now, so I packed on a little bit of weight, but sorry. But I like to lift, not to be pretty or healthy in any way, shape, or form. I lift to hurt people. And I like thinking of it like that.
Not to be pretty or be healthy.
No,
I lift to hurt people.
Yeah, but I just think that that's the way you should lift if you're gonna play a sport like football.
Oh, for real? Yeah, absolutely. You're a football player, so you can definitely.
We lifted to hurt ourselves, Zach. But Yeah. So kind of bouncing off that. Obviously, Mike said it in your bio a little bit. It's crazy. Like we've had dual sport athletes on here before. But what was it like in high school maintaining yourself, being a 3 and at sometimes being a 4-sport athlete?
Honestly, in high school it was pretty easy because all the coaches knew each other. And you could figure out times for stuff, like if there's lifts you had to do. And most of the coaches coached other sports too. So that helped. I'm currently holding back a cough attack. I'm about to die. This Edinburgh weather's killing me.
That's bad. It's bad.
Holy crap.
We just got dumped with like 1.5 feet of snow the other day.
Just God.
It's had me dying. But yeah, no, it's much better now. In high school it was a lot easier to do that. In college I feel like it would be a lot more difficult to do that just because of off-season stuff. Like, yeah, it's definitely a learning curve, but.
I'm sure Herrick had you lift a good chunk.
Oh yeah, no, Herrick did, but my guy, Lentz,
Oh, Lentz.
he'd get me going. Yeah, he'd get me going good. And old Coach Clark, my hype man.
Clark.
Yeah, old Clarky.
Remind me, there's a story with Alex Hart that he told me about Clark. I'll tell you after. I won't say it on air.
All right.
But there's a story. But yeah, so next question. We asked this to Caroline when we had her on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually just asked this to Bailey, didn't we? I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, we literally filmed the Bailey episode two days ago.
2 days ago.
As you're watching this now, this is supposed to be probably in 2 weeks. But were your expectations different from reality coming in as a student athlete?
In small ways. So, like, I knew whenever I came here, I wasn't going to be the top dog like I was in high school, but I knew what I had to do to get to where I want to be, and I'm still executing that plan. But the biggest difference was the schooling aspect.
Yeah.
So balancing school and football was the most difficult part.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do come in as a student athlete, so it's definitely something you gotta manage.
Especially managing those time conflicts. Like I had a class early in the morning last year, and Malpico was in that class with me, and he would be like dripping sweat and like 15 minutes late to class, like every single time we had that class, because he always had lift right before it. So like that's like definitely one of those big things in college is like, everyone in high school, everyone's in class at the same time, but like here everyone's not in class at the same time. So like you have to go to class just like absolutely soaked with sweat sometimes after you finish a lift or a conditioning session or something like that. That sounds rough.
Right.
Y'all got pollen in here? What's going on?
Did I jump the gun on that question, Alex?
I think you did. I think you took that question from me.
Here, you can read number 3.
Which one is it?
Number 3. The unique question that we asked Bailey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, we've asked this question before. What's unique about the team you're on now compared to the teams that you used to be on, like in high school? Like, What's different about playing football here, and like what's unique to that compared to like the football team that you played on in high school?
I'm gonna grab the paper ball over here and then check something.
You get definitely just the intensity.
Yeah.
Like in high school, it's fun in high school.
It is.
It's fun all the time though, but in high school it's more just like you're out with your guys trying to have some fun.
Yeah.
And in college we're out here day in, day out trying to beat the snot out of each other to be the best team we can be. And I still think that's fun.
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys wouldn't think that's as fun, but I love it, and I love this sport.
Yeah, I mean that's the way we played. You know, we played in a super, you know, as some people on actual, you know, large media television like to call people like the Dolphins break dancers. You know, you know, WPIAL 5A. There's a lot of break dancers. You know, there's a lot of 5 wide. A lot of, you know, we're gonna throw the ball. We're gonna run verts. We're gonna run, you know, hitch seam hitch. We're gonna run deep stuff down the field. And our coach was not like that.
Yeah.
We came out in 4-3 base all game. We were probably bringing our mic up the A gap, and we were running under center and wildcat the whole game.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know.
Exactly, and
4-3 is a good
we
deal.
did it all year, every year. And they got that tight end. We're going down into we're shifting the line this way, and we're bringing the outside linebacker down on him, shading outside of him. You know.
Yeah.
So we were a real tough team in a real finesse league. So we were all about that pursuit drills 24/7. You know, we got the shields. We're hitting. You know, we're going basically full contact when we only got helmets on because, you know, we just wanted to hit somebody.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
And that's the way a lot of teams are in college.
Yeah. It's fun like that.
I just realized D10 WPIAL.
We're just going back and forth on this.
D10 dogs for life.
Dude,
You know?
D10 gang.
I was outnumbered by D10
No,
2 weeks ago. I was outnumbered by D10 2 weeks ago. Then Monday we overtook Mike with the WPIAL kids, and now it's back to the D10 outmatching me again. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You know. No, Dom was D10, right?
Yeah, Harbor Creek.
Yeah. Well, that's
And Jill was
the
Mercedes
bottom of the
Pro.
barrel, you know. Harbor Creek, that's the bottom of the barrel for D10. Shout out Dom Kaiser, Avery Ennis.
I gotta get the next question.
I really wanted to say that. Because we go back and forth all season about it. We'll talk about it. We'll be like, because my team beat theirs after they
I
graduated.
think Don
Yeah.
mentioned that.
He did, yeah, he did.
Destroyed them. It was so much fun.
Well, Mike was trashing Jill a little bit because she went to Mercyhurst Prep, and that's who you guys beat in districts your freshman
My
year.
freshman year for baseball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for baseball.
Even though I didn't play, guess what? I still have one district championship. So.
Yeah.
Yep. So again, this is one we ask everybody pretty much. Obviously, you've kind of touched on like the differences from high school to college and stuff like that. So you probably just base it off of that. What's your advice for incoming freshman athletes?
Put your head down and grind. It's gonna be real hard to be able to transfer from high school to college, but you gotta realize that you're not the best up here yet. And you gotta know that some of these guys are playing are 23, 24, 25, you know. You're 18, 19. You're gonna have your time to shine, and you just gotta keep working. Don't let anything put you down, you know.
Yeah, that's important. That's important. All right. Last question before rapid fire.
All right.
It's well known from the people in Greenville that know your family that all of you are big Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Yeah, probably the biggest.
Honestly, the biggest.
Yeah.
The biggest.
Yeah.
The biggest. I guess just talk about the history of your family being Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and I guess what's you got any crazy stories watching any of the Steeler games with your family?
Well, the history of it is Pat went to Peabody, so that's in Pittsburgh, and we all started loving Steelers since then. And my Uncle Bob's definitely the biggest fan. He's got the Steeler van.
Oh, I've never seen the Steeler van.
The terrible van.
Yeah, I've never seen the van.
Terrible van.
Yeah, that's what it's called. And,
That's amazing.
yeah, you go down to Pittsburgh and that, you don't have to worry about traffic. People move for you. It's pretty great. But then you take it down to Cleveland for one of them games, you're gonna have some issues. But it's a great time. But yeah, just every time going to a game with them is fun. You like my little cousin Rudy. He likes to joke around a little bit when he was younger. He'd sometimes root for the other teams.
Oh God. Why would you do that?
Yeah, no, that was you don't do that.
No, you don't do that. You don't do that.
No, but we got him out of that.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
That is good. I remember a funny story. My dad took my cousin when he was like, I want to say 10 or maybe a little younger to a Steeler game, and he's a Browns fan. He got heckled so bad. He was like, the Browns suck, and he's only like 10 years old.
Yeah, I mean,
Pittsburgh
it's
fans don't
ruthless.
care how old you
Nah.
are. We
Get out
do
of
not.
town.
Yeah.
We do not care.
We do not care.
You usually get a little Boston accent there. Get out of town.
Get out of town.
Get out of town. Gotta love it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Rapid fire time.
Let's do it.
All right. Now, Anthony did not want to know any of the questions, but I mean, you heard some of them when we were interviewing Richie, but a few of them are a little different. So we'll say that. All right. Favorite sport to watch?
Football.
Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi.
Interesting.
Okay.
Big Pepsi guy.
Favorite food?
My mom's tuna casserole.
Ooh.
Favorite vacation spot?
OBX.
Go-to pregame song?
Split.
Favorite Pittsburgh Steeler of all time?
Oh, snap.
Of all time?
Of all time.
Joe Green.
Yeah.
Let's-
You're a nose. You gotta love Joe Green.
This next one. I hope you're ready.
All right.
You have to erase one from history.
Oh, this one.
Jerome Bettis, Mean Joe Green, Troy Polamalu.
Bettis.
Yeah, that's a tough call, but I would say
Hear me out. Troy Polamalu, best safety of all time. Ed Reed's a close second, but Polamalu's the best.
You just said Joe Green was your favorite, so you're not.
Joe Green's my guy. Love Bettis, but
yeah. Who was the three that we gave Bailey? It was
Reynolds.
it was
Oh,
no,
no,
it was
no, no,
it
no.
was Kutch, Roethlisberger, and Crosby.
Yeah.
And she said Kutch.
She said Kutch because Big Ben, the Steelers aren't.
well, Kutch was already gone for a little bit, so it's like
Yeah, but Kutch never was close to. a
Yeah,
World
her biggest
Series.
thing was 2 Super Bowls with Ben, 3 Stanley Cups with Crosby.
I think without Crosby, the Penguins
in the
would have
cup.
been. I think without Crosby, the Penguins would be good, but they would.
They might have won one of those
Maybe
cups without
one.
Crosby.
Maybe one, but they're not winning all the
Nah.
other cups.
the kid in the
Without
cup, dude.
Which non-football player in your family could play defensive tackle?
Non-football, like now or never played football.
Never played football.
Never
Unless
played
like they were very young, like playing like pee-wees or like in junior high, but just stopped playing.
They could play D-tackle. I have to go with my sister, Olivia Gentile. Think she could hold her own in the trenches.
There you go.
Anchoring, crossing face on centers
Yeah,
when
you
the
know,
guard
she's
pulls,
she's gonna
ripping them.
She's gonna stick, rip, and get vertical, and
Yeah.
that's what we need.
There you go.
Give that pull call,
Yep, she's there.
slash it.
Now this isn't a part. This is just part of this. How well do you think Zach would fare?
Zach,
Yeah.
and
In playing defensive tackle, if he played one play.
at this team,
Yes.
he'd die. I love Zach, but
Malpica?
Zach,
No,
no.
his brother.
Oh, your
brother's-
brother. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
no,
okay.
Zach,
I was gonna say.
Malpica would do all right. He'd be able to
Malpica
hold his
would
own.
be all right. Yeah.
But my brother, he's not as big as me, and these guys are huge.
I remember it was my freshman year baseball. We were trying to decide who was going to hit first in the cage, and he tried to block Josh Jardina, and he got cooked.
Oh yeah, Big G.
Gee.
Yep.
All right. Next few questions. One play left. You're the offensive coordinator.
Mhm.
You're on the other 20-yard line. What's the play?
I'm on the opposite 20.
Yes. One play left.
Like on the edge of the red zone.
No. Other.
Oh, you need 80 yards in one play.
What's the play?
How much time's left?
Game's almost over.
I mean, we're gonna throw Hail Mary.
That's what Kenny Pickett said.
That's what we're gonna do. I mean, there's
That's what Kenny Pickett.
Either that or you're gonna go for some freak lateral play. It's one or the other.
I mean-
That's about it.
Jason Kelsey, or is it? Yeah, Jason Kelsey would say the good old QB sneak.
All right. How about close to the goal line too. We'll add on to that.
Yeah.
Close
So we'll
to
say
the
like
goal line.
4th and goal, 15-yard line.
One play left. What's your call?
15-yard line.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to score a touchdown. You can't kick a field goal.
Pop pass to the tight end.
I like that.
Everybody overlooks tight end all game until he's right there.
Favorite football play you've ever made? That can be either high school or college.
Against Slip this year, I had a nice TFL in the backfield. They didn't touch me, and I just kind of ran them down. But I like that because it was in college, and I was at DN, where I should not be because I'm a D tackle.
Yeah.
I'm a little too heavy for that, but hey, I loved it. It was fun.
There you go. Who on the team that is fast do you think you can beat in a foot race?
That's fast?
That's fast.
Oh. Give me a position group.
Alex, you got any?
See, like a tight end.
Tight end.
Tight end?
They're pretty athletic, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Matt?
Brody's faster than me.
Do you think Matt will cook you?
Oh, my. Yeah. I can beat Jack in a race.
Hollabaugh?
Yeah. Yeah, I can beat Jack in a race.
Now, do you think you can beat Richie in a race?
Richie Peck?
Yeah.
Yes. Any day of the week, every day of the week. There's nothing.
I'd ask that.
Yeah. Yes.
Again, still not here. He left.
It's all right. He'll watch this.
All right. Our favorite blindside question. Favorite Edinburgh football player that is not yourself.
Now?
Yeah.
Currently?
Yeah, on your team.
Caden Spiegel.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, that's my defensive buddy.
Hey,
As freshmen, we came in, we were buddies, and then we made sure we were all up, and like for games and stuff, we call each other, "Hey, you up? You ready?"
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So we make sure we're ready. But yeah, Spiegs.
Yeah, speaking of him, yeah, I mean, we'll film it this Friday if everything goes all right, but next Athlete Spotlight.
Spiegs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Ant, thanks for coming on the show.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, still, you're definitely top 5 Gentile.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so if whenever we talk about this episode, which this is 65.
65.
Wow.
This will be 65.
So yeah, we've been doing this for a year.
Who's the fourth guy?
Fourth guy.
Yeah, you got Spiegs, McWillie.
Oh.
Who's 69 is what I want to know. Who's gonna be on it? I should have waited.
You want to be on that one?
All right.
Just for as a guest, like our normal guests, like on Zoom, like you see the shows when I posted on social and I had Landon, Bryce, all them on. You can just come on and just be a guest and just talk about whatever.
We're talking about
Yes,
that
I
week.
want to be on 69. That's
Got it. You know
freaking
what?
Awesome.
Episode 69, Anthony and AJ.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Honestly,
All right,
yeah.
you know what?
Booked.
Book episode 69.
It's actually 2 Anthony's right there if you take AJ's actual first name.
Oh, that's
There you
right.
go.
That's right. So book it right now. Episode 69, Anthony Gentile, AJ.
Yes.
There you go. All right.
That's what I wanted.
Send us home.
Good night, America.
Boom. Oh, that was
Just gonna sit here and drink my drink.
Before we begin, Jonah and EJ are back on the show.
Yep.
EJ was on a couple times this summer. Jonah was on last year. It's kind of crazy because I try to with the guests, and my voice is low because I've been sick the last few days, so that's why I'm trying to keep my voice down a little bit. Even though this is definitely gonna help it, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So sorry, Nathaniel, but and with the guests, I like to because Jonah is absolutely positively 100% not a baseball guy, so that is why it's always during football season he's back on.
Yeah, I'm an actual co-host on the show, and it's hard enough for him to keep me on the show during just baseball season.
unless the Pirates are doing well.
Yeah,
Unless they're doing well.
They don't do well.
Let's just not waste any more time. Colts 30, Steelers 13.
No good.
So I guess I can read off the stats and get us going here because I was in attendance. I was in attendance at this game at Lucas Oil Stadium, and I told a funny story to Alex when because my hotel room was across from the stadium. I woke up in the middle of the night and I looked out the window and I got scared because I saw the big Lucas Oil Stadium sign. Because I forgot we were that close.
The house.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
My notebook. It's in pieces now.
So let's just get the stats out of the way and give our opinions. Mitch was terrible. He was
As always.
terrible. 16 for 23, 169 yards. Nice. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. EJ, are you okay, EJ?
Yeah, that just caught me off guard.
He actually got benched for Mason Rudolph. We'll get to the getting benched completely for Mason Rudolph later, but Mason came in, only 2 for 3 for 3 yards, just barely anything. The run game, I mean, I think Jalen Warren runs hard every single play, but I think the run game was still terrible this game. Warren carried the ball 10 times for 40 yards, and Najee 12. He was terrible. Carried the ball 12 times for 33 yards. There was a time where Najee clearly had an open. He fumbled. Yeah, which pretty much was downhill after that. And there was a point in the game where he had an open lane and he didn't take it, and he barely got any yards. Deontay Johnson got the ball 4 times for 62 yards, 1 touchdown. He was probably the offensive MVP, which isn't saying much at all.
No.
George Pickens got the ball 3 times for 47 yards. During the interception, was showing no effort, which questions what was the conversation he had with Mike Tomlin before the game. I have no idea. Yeah, for the Colts, I mean, Gardner Minshew was 18 for 28, 215, 3 touchdowns. Yeah. We let the third and fourth string. Zach Moss got knocked out of the game early, and we let the third string and fourth string running backs just run all
Buckeye
over
Trey
us.
Sermon, let's go, baby.
All over us. Michael Pittman actually got knocked out.
Championship hero against Northwestern.
Michael Pittman, before he got knocked out, got the ball 4 times for 78 yards. He got knocked out by DeMonte Casey, and trust me, from my angle, actually, because I was at a different angle, I was like kind of on the other side of the field from where the play happened. It kind of looked like Casey led with his head, but if you look back, he did not lead with his head.
No, the hit was clean, but he did lower his helmet, and I think that was where they drew the line at. The problem is that even though, because that's a player safety penalty more than anything, so I think it's pretty much as soon as they see that head lower, it's like, because if he did make helmet-to-helmet contact or his helmet hit Pittman somewhere, if he was running that fast and he went head first into someone, he probably would have. I mean, we saw what happened to Ryan Shazier, so that was a player safety thing.
Yeah.
Now KZ did get suspended for the rest of the season, which I think is ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
We've got men that do other questionable things, like Ray Rice in this league, and they don't get suspended for that long. So, I don't know. That's stupid.
Yeah, EJ, you want to EJ and Jonah? I'll give you guys a chance. You want to give your guys' thoughts on KZ's suspension?
I just think that the officiating in this league throughout the entire season.
And EJ's not even a Steelers fan. He's not even a Steelers fan.
Garbage. Absolutely trash. And the fact that in every sport, not just the NFL, but the NBA, the MLB, the fact that you don't have officials address the media is ridiculous. The fact that you require players and coaches to address the media after every game, and the refs can just blow a call, like you saw in the Chiefs game. Obviously it was the right call, but at that moment in time, and they're not going to talk about it. They can't issue a press release, anything like that. I think the core of the issue is they're not being held accountable whatsoever.
Yeah, even I don't blame the refs for the outcome of the game whatsoever. I certainly think the Packers deserve to beat the Chiefs, but you definitely could say that no PI call when Mahomes was driving down the field towards the end of the Packers game was pretty.
Oh, absolutely. I watched every second of that game, and it was awful both ways.
Yeah. I don't think that that's the reason the Chiefs lost that game. I just don't think they played well enough. But I certainly think that was a bad missed call on the
same thing with the offensive offsides. Like, yes, technically right call, but where's the consistency?
Yeah, and we've seen that, and it seems like they're trying to back it up now, because then we saw them call one on the Broncos down on the goal line. They got 2 touchdowns called back on that drive, both which should have ended up being touchdowns.
And they used the defense of, we are calling that now. Look, we've called 11 of them this season. You do realize that 8 of those, if not 9, I can't remember the exact stat, were on failed tush pushes. Like, it wasn't that kind of play.
Yeah, it's like they get up to the line and they bring in an extra tackle as a tight end or something like that, and he doesn't report as eligible or something like that. So it's just stupid. It's dumb.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Officiating has just been bad this year. Speaking of officiating, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes got slapped with pretty hefty fines for discussing the officiating, which I think is equally stupid. You know, they're not threatening anybody. They're not calling for anyone to lose their job or anything like that. I think it's ridiculous that the NFL can fine players and coaches for having very valid frustrations with consistency of officiating in this league. You know, the game's supposed to be fair. It's supposed to be called fairly. And whenever the people that are upholding the rules of the game aren't performing up to standard, I don't see why people get punished for calling them out for that, for not upholding that level of consistency. So I think it's really bad. I think there's going to be a lot of officiating changes in the NFL after this season. I think this is going to be probably some of the highest turnover we've seen out of officiating crews in a while. So I don't know. Bring back Gene Steratore and his freaking index cards. I would rather have him over any of these other guys that are officiating right now.
I like Gene.
I will say with the Mahomes fine, his comments after the game, I get that, like he was upset, but like before the game was actually over and has to be restrained by his teammates from going after the linesman, and then after the game, him and Josh Allen like dap up, and they're like, "That's the worst thing I've ever seen." Like that's just
that made me mad. That's the number one thing again, and I'm not gonna say that he shouldn't have done that because it was a in the moment thing. I mean, we saw Tom Brady chase a ref down the tunnel after a Monday Night Football loss to the Panthers a couple years ago. But I mean, just get to the middle of the field, dap him up, go to the locker room, and then start complaining about it. You know, I totally agree. I think if anything, he probably mostly got fined for the sideline stuff. I would have to.
Yeah, that can't happen. Like that's just especially because like he's the face of the league. Like
exactly. But Andy Reid,
that's a bad look.
Andy Reid did none of that. He only talked about it.
I agree.
And it goes back to the consistency.
$100,000.
It goes back to consistency because we've had coaches all season criticize officiating. We've had it in past seasons. We've had it other players. We've had all types of this stuff. Why is it now that they're leveling fines for this kind of thing? Because they know that they're wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to share something here real quick, since Alex mentioned Tom Brady and reminded me, because he gave his opinion on Devontae Casey's suspension. So I'll go ahead and read this. So Tom Brady stated, "Nobody likes seeing players get hurt, but hard hits happen. Quarterbacks should not be throwing the ball in areas where they are exposing their own teammates to these types of hits. Coaches need to coach better. Quarterbacks need to read coverages and throw the ball to the right places, and defenders should aim for the right hitting areas. To put the blame on the defense player all the time is just flat out wrong. Need better quarterback play. It's not okay, quarterbacks, to get your wide receivers hit because of your bad decisions." So that is what Tom Brady said about the hit on Devontae Casey. I mean, all right. So real quick, Jonah, what do you think about Tom's remarks about the Devontae Casey suspension?
I think it's pretty accurate. I'm not in disagreement with him at all because I did read this before coming on. I saw that literally. I think it was the last thing I saw before I sat down. I agree. I think he's correct, but he also has to realize he's the best quarterback of all time, I think. And like holding Gardner Minshew, who is a homeless man, playing quarterback in the NFL, to that same standard of like make every good throw perfect every like that. I feel like that's a bit much, but I get where he's coming from. Like I think he's correct in saying that. Like KZ definitely should be suspended for the rest of the year. Like I think that's insane. But like I just feel like because a couple weeks ago didn't he say like the quality of the NFL is just poor this year, blah 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 blah. Yep, I'm like, you were in the NFL literally 2 years ago. You are part of this poor quality that's happening now apparently. Like I don't know. There's two sides to both of it you can look at.
It wasn't that he said it was poor quality. The word he used was mediocrity. There's a lot of mediocrity in the league.
That's almost worse. That's almost worse than saying like bad quality.
You know,
Like,
he's not.
mediocre. Like I don't know.
I
He's
mean,
not wrong.
He's not wrong.
No,
There's
I'm not.
I think we should sound off on a lot of just general things today. Obviously, there's a football heavy topic today. I like where this is going. So I think there's a lot of things that we could talk about. And I think we should, speaking of mediocrity and stuff, I think we should get to the MVP race in a little bit. But we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll continue to finish this up.
Here, real quick, so we can just keep it with the football heavy show. And by the way, I hope everybody enjoyed our athlete spotlight with Anthony Gentile.
Yeah.
We'll forget what I said in the beginning of that. And then of course we're actually going to shoot after because we do have a championship for the rapid fire. It will be Alex versus AJ. We'll be shooting something separate, and then we'll add it into this episode. EJ was actually part of this rapid fire. And we can still predict. We can still. I'm not going to document it on paper, but at the end, we can still kind of do a rapid fire thing. But I'm just not going to document it. We'll just go through it. I mean, technically it is documented, but
What even was the final between me and Bryce anyway?
I'd have to look. I think it was by like 1. I want to say.
Got one back.
That Ravens win gets you over the top.
EJ, your record was
Apparently, I don't know ball. I just
6-2-7. You worse than me.
I'm the Green Bay Packers. I mean, that's I
listen,
fall to my team. I play down to my competition, and then I play up to who's better. That's just how it works.
I got my one against Bryce for Ohio State versus Michigan. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, so we'll film that after. But real quick, so we can get back to the football heavy show. EJ, I just got an alert on Twitter. Somebody has re-signed a new deal with World Wrestling Entertainment.
Cody?
He did. Hard time. Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. So I just wanted to say that was just a joke. No, that did happen, but I just wanted to mention that. But I did tell EJ I wanted to talk about this for a second. Real quick, EJ, where do you think Yamamoto is going to sign in this offseason? Because I do believe he is close to being re-signed. And I do want to say this. It came out yesterday. Andrew McCutchen is expected to re-sign a new contract this week with the Pirates. So,
we knew that. I had full faith that he was going to retire a Pirate, be here the rest of his career.
For sure.
Yamamoto is tough. I've been reading up on all kinds of weird stuff. Nightmare Scenario is another West Coast team, just gobbles him up again. Because that just seems to be the trend. The Dodgers are building a super unit, and it's aggravating. I just can't wait for them to lose in the conference finals again. Championship series, excuse me. I hope he resigns. To be perfectly
for sure.
honest. I think
For
that's
sure.
where he's going to end up. I think if finally, while it's just a little bit, we might be able to. But if not, I'm inclined to believe he signs with an American League affiliate. I've read some stuff about Cleveland, but I doubt it. Yeah. My money is on re-sign, but Pirates will be Pirates.
For Yamamoto, he keeps meeting with the Yankees. I think he's going to go to the Yankees.
Right.
I do really think he's going to go to the Yankees. So we'll see. And then real quick, you okay, Alex?
Sorry, I'm just on Twitter. I'm reading some stuff that finish that so I can read this.
Can I come out of this and just do a quick 5 minutes on the Packers? Can I?
We'll get to the Packers.
Okay, let him finish.
Because I just need to get this off my chest.
Okay.
Let him finish the non-football stuff, and we'll get rolling.
Okay. Real quick, I got to tell AJ that we're still recording this. Alex, I'll just tell him 4:30.
Okay. It's probably gonna be later than that.
Yeah, okay. So real quick, Pitt basketball 8-3. They beat South Carolina State 86-50. Federico did not even start.
That's kind of weird.
He only played 17 minutes. No. Guillermo Diaz-Graham started, and I believe Jeffers, who normally doesn't start, started. Blake Himson once again, top scorer, 19 points. Leggett scored 14. Zach Austin scored 17. Not 17. 12. So yeah, I mean,
I
again,
saw Zach Austin in Oakland one time.
Really?
Yeah, I was just walking down the street and I saw him. It was pretty funny.
That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, good game. We'll continue to talk about Pitt. Like I said, I wanted to keep this football heavy. So if there's anything else with Pitt, and plus Alex and I got to decide what we're gonna do with next week's show, because next week's show falls on Christmas Day. So it's either do another one, film another one this week, or we'll figure it out. So all right, back to NFL. Alex, do you want to say what you got, or do you want EJ to talk about the Packers?
Just real quick. I'm just going to read this tweet. This is from former Steeler, Super Bowl champion Rashard Mendenhall, former running back of the Pittsburgh Steelers. On Twitter, December 18th, which is, I believe, today, right? Earlier today, yeah. This morning at 8:48 this morning. I'm sick of average white guys commenting on football. Y'all not even good at football. Can we please replace the Pro Bowl with an all-black versus all-white bowl so these cats can stop trying to teach me who's good at football? I'm better. Go. This man, speaking of the Steelers playing the Colts, this man's having some Jim Irsay level tweets right now. I don't know where that
I just know Bleacher
that's
Report.
a wild thing to tag your name to.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Bleacher Report is
God.
about to come out with a graphic though, and it'll be like a full 11-on-11 of just white and black guys. That's what they're gonna do. You know they're gonna create that graphic.
Well, you know what? Let's do at least wait one more year so that we can get Cooper DeJean in the league, so that we could actually have an all-white defense. Because currently, I don't think it could even happen.
Probably not.
Oh my God, I can't believe.
Tag in Luke Kuechly.
I can't believe he tweeted that.
So somebody just made a Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer spinoff. Would you guys like to hear it? Rudolph, the third string quarterback, had a rocket arm for throws. And if you ever saw it, you may even say he blows.
Yeah.
All of the other quarterbacks took the refs and called him names. They never let poor Rudolph play in any football games.
That's amazing.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Tomlin came to say, Rudolph, with your throws of might, won't you guide my team tonight? But then Yinzer still hated him as they shouted out for glee, fire Tomlin. Rudolph, the third string quarterback, you'll go down in history. That is crazy. Real quick, actually. Yeah, so it was announced today by Mike Tomlin that Mitch Trubisky was benched for Mason Rudolph. Mason will start this week if Kenny Pickett cannot go. And let's just get this out of the way now. Kenny Pickett is not going to play.
Nope.
Why would you rush it? I'm a Kenny guy. I'm a Kenny supporter. It would be stupid to rush him back.
There's no reason. Yeah, there's no reason.
Because if
you should play the rest of the year at this point.
Here's the thing. Well, here's the thing with that. You can argue that, and I'm not going to argue that. I don't see a point of him playing either. And my dad made the joke too. He should just say, "Oh yeah, guys, I can't come back. Not this year, next year." You can argue that. There's no reason to. But you know the Steeler way. The standard is the freaking standard. So you know Kenny's going to come back probably against Seattle. They're going to go 9-8. They're going to probably finish 500. Blah, 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 blah.
Mike Tomlin just will not lose.
Leave it to him whenever he's under the most pressure of the entire season to come out with some stupid political shirt on to make it look like he's a better person. Nobody cares, dude. Wear a dang Steelers windbreaker. Nobody cares about the fact that, like, not to say that it's not important because it's obviously important, but nobody cares about what you think about equity. They care about you winning football games and being good as a coach. Like, terrible timing. Don't do that.
Mikey, can I ask your thoughts on something, Mikey?
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you think about drafting a quarterback in the first round this year, trading up and taking
No.
a top 10 quarterback? No? Is
No.
that biased
Kenny
guy coming out of you right now?
this year, he would say.
They need linemen. And I think you give Kenny at least one more year.
You think
one more year?
One more year.
I think with
one more year. Because Jonah, you got to remember too. This is his first full season too. And okay,
I understand that.
He's underperformed, and he's still running Matt Canada's offense. You can argue. At the same time, though, you can argue, okay, maybe you need to get another quarterback to make the quarterback room competitive, because it's not with Mitch Trubisky and Mason Rudolph in there.
This is not a loaded draft class either. It's
That's
not
what I'm
like
saying.
You're getting one of those guys who's going to be a plug and play, definitely better than Kenny.
Mm-hmm. You don't with quarterback.
You
don't think
pick in the top 10
from this draft?
Because I truly think Caleb, Drake May, and Jaden Daniels are. I believe any three.
But you're not getting any of those.
Exactly.
There are three teams that absolutely.
I don't.
Like I said, if you're in the top 10, you get a plug and play starter more than likely. But other than that, probably not. Because other than that, well, maybe even I would actually consider Bo Nix a potential plug and play guy as well, just because Oregon's relatively conducive to the NFL and he has a lot of experience. But Bo Nix, Michael Penix, JJ McCarthy, I don't trust any of them to do it.
I don't. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, with Kenny's draft class, like that quarterback class sucked.
Oh, it sucked.
That Kenny came out of.
I'm not gonna argue
I feel like
that.
we panicked and we just took him, and he was from Pitt.
Let's be totally honest. If Kenny Pickett went anywhere besides Pitt, the Steelers would have taken a lineman or a defensive back, and he wouldn't have went until the mid-second, probably.
No doubt.
I guarantee you it was the fake slide. That's what it was. It was a fake slide. He didn't win the Heisman. Everywhere, and it skyrocketed his stock.
He didn't win the Heisman, but that was his Heisman moment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was a good moment. It was a good moment.
It was awesome. And then they banned it immediately.
That's what makes it really cool, is the fact that it was immediately banned.
What was funny about that was the outrage. They were like, "Oh, he's going to take Jimmy's head off."
Yeah, I know. People were freaking out about that. But all right, I'm going to ask the hard question to keep this rolling forward. I mean,
wait. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but Jonah, just to finish off your thing, this is a thing I do think they should do, though. Get a better veteran quarterback that knows what he's doing, and maybe in a maybe late round pick, draft a rookie. Maybe. I think that's what they should do.
It would be such a Steelers thing to do when they never trade their first round picks, right? No, it would be such a Steelers thing to do, to like go to the Panthers and be like, "Hey, you guys don't have your first rounder. You want ours?" And then like a couple other picks for like maybe CJ, since you guys don't seem to like him enough. Well, that would be so Steelers.
The other thing that people are asking is, you know, if you do finally finish under 500, and this is the kind of goes along with the question I was going to ask. The question is it time to move on from Mike Tomlin or not? But
yes.
So I'm gonna keep rolling with this. If you do decide to move on from Mike Tomlin, do you trade him to a team and try and get their quarterback in return? Because that's what some people are saying. Some people are saying trade Tomlin to the Chargers for Herbert or something like that. Which isn't going to happen, by the way. They just paid a huge amount of money. But you get
coach for quarterbacks.
You get the idea,
like
though.
Bad idea.
You get the idea, though. Like something along those lines. Trade him to a team that wants a really well-experienced head coach for their young quarterback. People are even saying, and I think it's possible, Chicago holds number 1. Do they trade down, or does someone like the Steelers try and trade a round 2 and a couple mid-round picks for Justin Fields, and then they draft Caleb? You know, there's a couple different things people are talking about.
I can't see them do that.
Especially for Fields.
They never will.
Fields is the same boat as Kenny right now. Like, kind of unproven. No one really knows. We're trading Kenny for Kenny, basically, except just a little faster.
No.
They're not even comparable. Fields' arm is way bigger, and Justin is way more athletic, too.
Justin
Fields'
can
arm's
do
way better.
10 times more things on the field than Kenny.
Now, if you want to say they're the same player,
but still, just same kind of like just
stuff like that, then I can agree with that, because they process about the same.
Hey, you know, my dad.
I feel like they're either hit or miss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, with this year's draft, you know, my dad actually made a good point. Look at the past years of the Steelers O-line.
they were filled with first-round picks.
Oh yeah.
Look at take away Broderick Jones. How many first-round picks do you have on that offensive line?
I don't think Isaac
Unless
Seumalo.
Salamalu. Yeah, with Salamalu. Unless Salamalu was. But yeah, take away Broderick Jones. So I think you again draft an O lineman. Now here's the thing: do you draft a center? Because I think it's time to move on from Mason Cole. Who's even available at center, Alex? Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
So it's
anyone from the Big Ten. Just
swear.
Most of them are going to be good.
This is the thing. You gear up. I mean, this is I don't want to say it's ideal because I don't want to say that they're going to be really bad next year. But if they do, and they're not going to, because Tomlin's contract still goes for another year, and if anything, they're not going to fire him. They're just going to let him walk after his contract expires. So you're not going to be bad enough next year. But I mean, it might not matter next year because next year's class doesn't have all the top end. At least we don't know yet for sure. But it's a deep class next year. Here, I'll just go through the top 12 prospects from DraftBuzz. Shadur Sanders, Drew Aller, Connor Wegman from Texas A&M, Jalen Milroe, Cam Ward, Tyler Van Dyke, Dylan Gabriel, Preston Stone. We were talking about SMU earlier. EJ, I love him.
Yeah, he's done.
Riley Leonard, Jalen Daniels, DJ Uiagalelei, and Jackson Dart. So, it's a deep class next year.
The fact that Drew Aller was the second person on that list is horrifying.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he should be on there.
I'm a Penn State fan. I don't know.
And Quinn Ewers isn't on there because no one knows if he's going to declare this year or if he's going to stay another year. Yeah. But he could be on there. So it's a deep class.
Here's how the Tomlin thing is going to go. Here's my prediction. Contract runs up. He goes 500 both seasons, what have you. He gets promoted to the front office.
Okay.
Gets something in the front office, and then you get Brian Flores as your head coach. Or something wild like that.
About that, but I want an offensive mind.
Exactly.
But knowing the Steelers, that's a very Steelers move.
That's exactly what
already on the staff.
And the issue with getting rid of Tomlin, as much as the fans dislike him, players love playing for him.
I know.
Everyone loves Tomlin in the league. There are very little players who will speak ill will about Mike Tomlin.
No, and there will be at least 8 teams who will be knocking on his front door at 3 a.m. asking to coach their team if
he'll get a job like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. 1 second as I try to find a reasonable mock draft. Draft order, the Panthers, blah, blah, blah.
It's just the Bears with that 2 top 3 picks is such a weird position to be in. It's a
good position.
I know, but no one ever spends both, and you should.
Yeah.
So I'm so convinced that they're going to do the wrong thing because they're the Bears.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I mean that. I think Eberflus he just looks so out of place as an NFL head coach. Like that guy, he's born to be a linebacker coach. Like he just look like slick back hair. Like he looks like a linebacker coach.
Yeah, I could have told you that his name is Eberflus.
Exactly. Yes.
Luke Getsy's probably gone. That's what everyone's saying on Twitter. The OC, he's probably gone after this year. But yeah, there's
I'm ready for listen. I had this thought earlier on in the season. I still think so. I think if you have a team, no matter who's playing on it, and you have Staley as your head coach, Joe Barry as your defensive coordinator, and Matt Canada as your offensive coordinator, it will be the worst football team you've ever watched.
Yeah.
Ever.
Okay, I can't find a mock draft. I'm about to give up, but I just read something from this one site that let's see what you guys think.
This mock draft from Sports Illustrated currently has the Steelers picking 23 overall, taking Kalen King out of Penn State, which I wouldn't be mad about.
No, that's not bad.
Back-to-back years, Penn State corners, I wouldn't be upset about it. Ian.
You know who I think should trade for Fields?
Who?
Seattle.
That's a good one, actually.
I think that's a great fit for him.
I think it is too.
He would look sick in those throwback Seahawks
I
jerseys.
know.
Honestly.
I think he would
Okay, can we all
light
just
it up
agree that the
with
throwback Seahawks uniforms should be their like constant uniforms? They're so much cooler.
Plus, he's
Just
getting
like,
And
back
the
to
just like the
Titans.
Smith
block
and
jerseys for the
Jigsaw.
Steelers. They should be the normal jerseys.
Same with the Lions, actually. Their throwback unis are sick.
Oh yeah, I love those chrome domes, man.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? While we're talking about this, actually, I am sick of people saying that the LA Chargers head coaching job is a really tempting and like high profile coaching job. I don't know how anyone could think that's true. They are the second worst salary cap behind the Saints, who have been like under the cap for like 15 straight or over the cap for like 15 straight years. First of all, I don't know how that's physically possible that the Saints have been over the cap for that long.
They just pull some wizardry out of their ass
So
every year.
they are in the second worst salary cap position in the league. Khalil Mack is old. Keenan Allen is old. Mike Williams can't stay on a football field. Austin Eckler's old. Derwin James is playing under expectations. Joey Bosa can't stay on the field. Like
Johnston stinks.
Quentin Johnston sucks.
Stinks.
Like what is
So
good
bad.
about that situation? You have zero fans. Like what is
They're
good?
building a new stadium though.
Like Khalil Mack next year, $36 million on the books. Keenan Allen, like $30 million on the books. You know, they're like the most expensive roster in the league right now, and they're not playing well.
Yeah, I think the only tantalizing offer in the NFL would be if Belichick stepped down.
Yeah.
I think he might be the Chargers head coach this next season,
I can
honestly.
see
No,
it.
he's going to be the Packers defensive coordinator. That's what's going to happen. He's going to be awesome. That's all that's going to happen.
Head coach.
That's the delusion I have in my head.
He's
All
gonna
right.
ride off into the sunset to his beach house in Massachusetts. One night stands all over the place.
I
He's
think
gonna be
he's
in
going
his
to die
prime.
in a football position.
Nope.
I don't think that man will
I'm
ever leave.
gonna make my take right now because this is either gonna age really bad or really well.
Oh God.
Belichick is either the head coach of the Chargers or the Bills next year.
Ooh,
One of the two.
a Bills homecoming for the boy would be nuts.
A Bills homecoming. Sean McDermott. I mean, Jesus,
should be gone.
Do we even have to mention?
Do you see what Josh
Should
Allen,
be
Josh
something.
Allen said about that? About their win
Man,
against the
dude,
Cowboys?
They've really played like a team against the Cowboys.
How
Like a
about
team.
them Cowboys, huh?
Josh
How
Allen. It was something
about them
Like another
Cowboys?
Hey,
another
hey,
team
hey.
that executed their plan really well.
Josh Allen. It was something on the lines. He said, "It's like my group got an A plus on the group project, and I didn't do anything."
What from
Hey,
yesterday?
yeah, but hey, if that's how everybody else plays, okay,
Okay,
you
speaking
got
of
the
which,
win. A win's a win.
speaking
A
of-
win's a win. A win's a win.
Speaking of the Bills, let's talk about this real quick. Actually, this is probably one of the best things for us to talk about this week. I'm going to pull it up right now. Like I said, we need to talk about the MVP race because I'm starting to get really irritated with.
It's
People.
Tyreek Hill.
So when we do that here, I think Alex, it's up to you if you guys want to keep talking about. If there's other things you want to talk about, if you want to mention it, we can talk about that. And then there's a couple like kind of question topics with the Steelers I wanted to mention before
All
we
right,
get to
bet.
rapid fire.
Before we really get off that, yeah.
So do you want to start off with the MVP?
Yeah, so let me get my stuff pulled up that I want.
What are the odds right now? Because isn't Hurts still leading?
I'll read it off in a second. Yeah.
Oh.
Let me I've got it pulled up. All right. So, okay. The NFL MVP odds. This is the top 5 right now. Brock Purdy minus 225, Dak Prescott plus 500, Lamar plus 500, McCaffrey plus 1,000, and Josh Allen plus 1,100.
I
are
like the Lamar.
odds.
I kind of like Lamar
Okay.
as MVP.
It's exactly yes.
So
I was watching the game last night. I'm like, MVP talk for Lamar. I mean, I was a Steelers fan. I
Number
hate saying
2,
that,
I like it.
so
but yeah,
This
especially
is
those
the-
odds.
this is the thing that drives me crazy the most, and I say it all the time. People probably get annoyed by me saying it at this point. I consider myself the Nick Wright of this show. I align with a lot of his things that he talks about. I know, I'm calling it right now. The number one thing and the only thing that sports media is going to talk about this week is if Josh Allen is back in the MVP race and if the Bills are a serious contender in the AFC, and it's going to drive me absolutely insane.
I like the Bills.
Since 2013, the NFL MVP has either been the 1 or the 2 seed in their respective conference. The Bills are 8-6. Josh Allen leads the league in turnovers. I don't understand how
Here's the
it's
thing about that.
remotely possible.
Here's the thing about that, though. I understand this season, but people discrediting Josh Allen because he has so many turnovers, he's a Brett Favre kind of guy. He's going to turn the ball
Yeah.
over, but he's going to get you a whole lot more touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's just how he operates. So you have to take that with a grain of salt because Brett Favre won 4 of those awards. Like,
Yeah.
I think in my eyes, it's either Christian McCaffrey, which I fully believe should be the pick, or Tyreek Hill. The fact that he keeps getting snubbed from these conversations is absolutely ridiculous. He's not just a wide receiver. He's an all-out weapon. He is the system there.
He's probably top 10 in the odds, but he's not top 5, which I think is stupid. I think if Christian McCaffrey's on. All right, so let's talk about Brock Purdy. He's the only one with a minus odds. He's minus 225. The next is Dak at plus 500. Like, that's how wide the gap is now after this. So this is my thing. I genuinely, for the past couple of weeks, have thought that Dak Prescott deserves to be the league MVP this year. But now, the fact that him and Lamar are tied and that Brock Purdy is so far ahead when Lamar is playing with, I mean, let's just be honest. Again, Nick Wright things here, but 49ers are looking like by far the best roster in the NFL right now.
Oh yeah.
Brock Purdy throws to more wide open targets than anyone I've ever seen in my life. I personally do not think that Brock Purdy should be the league MVP.
No. It's hard to argue with the numbers. It's hard to argue with his production, but he's not the definition, the most valuable piece on that team.
Yeah. Like Lamar Jackson, don't get me wrong, the Ravens did a great job at bringing in weapons for him this year. Zay Flowers is performing really well for a rookie. OBJ is doing his job with Flowers taking away a lot of the targets. OBJ actually looks really solid. He looks like he's having career resurgence right now. Who else? Rashad Bateman, he kind of looks like he's starting to be a bust. But, like, I don't think anyone in the Ravens rushing attack is particularly fantastic this year. He's a dual threat quarterback. The defense is very good, but they're not the best in the league. They're probably close, but they're not the best in the league. And they're like the same. Again, let me look at those standings real quick, just so I can double check myself. Yeah, the Ravens and the Niners are the same record. And in my opinion, Lamar is playing with worse weapons. I mean, Kittle, McCaffrey, Trent Williams arguably should be in the MVP conversation at this point. Debo, Brandon Ayuk. Those are 5 guys on that football team already. And you're not even talking about Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, if Hufanga didn't tear his ACL, So take him off. That's 7 players right there. You can't do the same thing with the Ravens. You can say Mark Andrews is hurt, so you can't even say him. You can say Roquan Smith is probably the only player on that team that's better than Lamar Jackson, or could be even considered better. But again, quarterback is the most important position in the game. That's why the MVP is essentially a quarterback award, which does get on my nerves, but it's just the way it is. So, you can't really say anyone has equal impact on the Ravens as Lamar, besides probably Roquan Smith, and he's not even playing up to his typical standard.
Yeah, no,
right now.
No. I think it should be Lamar, but to play devil's advocate and argue, the point of the game is to score touchdowns. I don't believe there is anyone in the league, correct me if I'm wrong, who has physically put the ball in the end zone more this season than Christian McCaffrey.
No, he's up there. He's not quite.
He's not going to break.
He's not going to break LaDainian Tomlinson's total touchdown record this year, but he's going to get close. Like,
there is not one thing he does on the football field that I consider a minus to his football team.
No, on the ground, 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns, and then through the air, he has. Let me just go to his individual stats, actually.
And Alex, before keep in mind, we have the Ant interview that was like 25 minutes, and then the AJ thing will probably be like a good 5-10 minutes. Not that I care about what the time is, but just so we know.
Yeah. So McCaffrey this year has 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns on the ground, averaging over 5 yards per carry. And then he's also got, 57 receptions for 509 yards and 7 touchdowns. So he's got 20 total touchdowns, over 1,700 total yards. They have 3 games left in the season. Like, he's unbelievable, no doubt. Absolutely
Undeniable.
no doubt about that.
And he had
let's
like a
go-
13, 14, 16, I don't remember where it stopped, game streak of having a touchdown.
Yeah, something ridiculous.
Yeah, unheard of. NFL record. Like, nuts. So I think, in my personal opinion, I would love McCaffrey getting the award. I think it would be a great change of pace. But
I
in
think
my
it would be.
opinion, Lamar is probably the most deserved.
I mean, here we'll go. We'll do this. Since it's rapid fire championship week, let's just go around and go final prediction. Who do you think the MVP will be? Alex, just start with you.
I know I want Lamar to win MVP. I think he is, carrying. If we're just going to go quarterbacks, because realistically, Christian McCaffrey is not going to win it. It's just not going to happen. So if we're just going quarterbacks, I think it should be Lamar. They have decimated good football teams this year. The Niners have done it twice. They really beat the Eagles and the Cowboys down pretty bad. But the Ravens for consecutive weeks straight up blew out really good football teams, beat the Lions 38-3, played really good football. I want it to be Lamar, but it's going to be Brock. I know it probably is. I don't see it not happening just based on the raw numbers. And sports media is pure prisoner of the moment. They only care about what they're thinking in the past 5 minutes because no one has an attention span anymore. So I think it's Brock. I think
we're going to look back on that. Oh, my gosh. It's going to be like that. You remember that kicker that won MVP during the strike-shortened season? Yeah. I don't think it's going to be that egregious, but we're going to look back on a Brock Purdy MVP, I think, in 10 years.
I get it.
How dumb did we let that happen?
I get it. In the regular season, he blew out the Cowboys, but he was home. He blew out the Eagles on the road, which was impressive, but is he going to do it in the playoffs or not? And unfortunately, the MVP is a regular season thing, so it doesn't matter. But I think it's going to end up being Brock. I just don't see it not being him.
Yeah, Jonah, who do you think it's going to be?
I'm kind of with Alex on this one. If you just kind of follow the basic formula of MVP, quarterback on the best team, the Niners are more than likely going to win out. I think the only chance Lamar has, because I do think Lamar's probably the second option realistically, is if the Niners lose out and then the Ravens win out. But the Ravens have a couple of tough games coming up. I forget who they're against, but I did see they have two hard games, and they play the Steelers for a nice tune-up game before they go to the playoffs.
Seriously.
So yeah, it'll probably be Brock Purdy. Yeah, I mean, and especially Mr. Irrelevant, turn MVP, turn possibly
the
Super
script writers
Bowl.
would love it. The script writers
Exactly.
would love
Yeah. No. Yeah. It'll be Brock Purdy. Especially he's favored by so much right now. It's so late in the season already. So
I'm taking Lamar.
You go Lamar? Okay.
I am. I think you said those. I think those two tough games are actually going to be what puts him over the top. Because if they win out on those two tough games and he performs at the level I know he's capable of, say he gets 3 more rushing touchdowns, 4 or 5 more passing touchdowns throughout the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
He's currently at 3,100 yards, 17 touchdowns, 7 picks through the air, and then rushing he's got 741 yards and 5 touchdowns. So
I just don't see how you can look at those and go, Lamar isn't the most valuable if they win out.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Brock is having he's 3,700 yards. He's completing damn near 70% of his passes, 29 touchdowns, 7 picks. He's playing great.
He's dynamite. I'm not discounting him, but I'm taking Lamar. That's just me. Yeah. I think that's who, at the end of the day, they're going to look at everything. And there's going to be, I get the narrative and everything around Brock Purdy, but I think Lamar's proven, Lamar's been proven, and Lamar knows, we know Lamar's game, and he's doing it to the best of his ability this season.
And that's my thing is I know that Brock has the better stats right now, and he's probably going to win because he's probably going to finish with the better stats. He's throwing more touchdowns, he's throwing for more yards, all of that. But take the 2 quarterbacks and flip them right now.
Not happening.
Purdy on the Ravens, Lamar on the Niners. Who's better?
It's not happening.
And
I would push this narrative as well. We've seen San Francisco have similar success with Jimmy Garoppolo throwing the football. And other Nick Mullins had a good game, I believe, or some other Mullins.
He had a good
had
stretch of
game
a
there.
season.
Yeah. It's not just Brock Purdy.
No.
Now, there's one guy EJ mentioned for a second. But here's the thing: it's not going to be enough for him to win the MVP. I would love if Tyreek
Absolutely
won the MVP.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
No.
He should. If my
But
dream pick, it's him because he is the system.
I want it to be Tyreek. I just don't think it's going to be it's not going to be enough.
Especially
I think Brock Purdy
playing
takes
last
it.
night.
I genuinely think Brock Purdy takes it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I want it to be Tyreek, but
One of
we
these
know
days
how
we'll
this
get a
we
wide
know how
receiver
this works.
winning it.
Like you guys said, we know how this works. It's going
The
to be
fact
Brock
that
Purdy.
there's only 3 games left and Tyreek could still hit 2,000 yards is the craziest part to me. He's at 1592 right now. Tyreek could absolutely still hit 2,000 in 3 games, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or 1542, sorry.
Right. All right. So moving on real quick before we go to my very quick kind of question topics. Real quick, Alex. There's a firing we didn't celebrate yet.
Yeah.
Brandon Staley's gone.
I know. It's finally time. I forgot. We talked about so much stuff today. I totally forgot. That was like the first thing I wanted to open up today, and I forgot about it.
Yeah,
Las Vegas Raiders lost 3-0 in primetime. Not primetime, right? No. Or was it? No, it wasn't primetime.
No.
Raiders lost to the Vikings last week 3-0 on a walk-off field goal at the end of the game. It was literally 0-0 the entire game until like a minute and a half left in the game. And then they turned around, scored the most points in franchise history, while the Chargers also allowed the most points in franchise history. It was the second most points in the first half of a football game ever. Most was that time in the snow when the 2007 Patriots played the Titans and scored 45 in one half.
You're missing the best part. Scorigami.
Is it a scorigami?
It was scorigami, baby.
I love hearing the scorigami, dude. That's fantastic. No, yeah. Brandon Staley finally got fired about 13 months too late. You know, I don't understand how it took that long. If my coach would have choked a 27-point lead in, a half, I would have probably fired him after that. In the playoffs, when the other team's quarterback threw 4 interceptions or 5 interceptions, I just
something nuts, yeah.
And our one corner in like his second year in the league broke the playoff record for the most picks in a single game and a single half. I probably would have fired him after that point. But yeah, so I forget the dude's name. The Chargers interim head coach was named to be Gift Smith. That's right. I forgot about that. So he's been around, I'm pretty sure, for a while. The Chargers also fired Tom Telesco, their GM. So Gift Smith takes over as the interim head coach. It is not Kellen Moore, which I think is probably a good thing. Even though people are shocked about that, I was a little bit surprised, but I think it's probably a good move. Brandon Staley's trash. I've been calling for his head ever since the beginning of this season after their 0-2 start. And I said it. What was it? It was week 3. In the past, like 5 third-year head coaches to start their third year 0-3 all got fired after that game, and they ended up beating the Vikings, their choking counterpart. So, unfortunately, the Chargers had to deal with Brandon Staley for almost an entire season, but he finally got let go.
Yeah, and again, you hate to see somebody lose their job.
Be totally straight up on this one. I do not care that Brandon Staley lost his job whatsoever.
What? Yeah.
Here's the thing. You hate to see someone lose their job when they're doing it well. When you're not doing your job well.
Yeah, I feel like the Dolphins should have lost a little more than one first-round pick after the whole Brian Flores situation.
Tomlin,
I mean, they were 1-5, and they finished 10-6, and still missed the playoffs at a 10-6 record. Yeah, no.
There's been a lot of negativity with Mike Tomlin these last few days, rightfully so. But to quote him on this, we do not care.
We do not care.
We do
Not at
not
all.
care. Not care at all.
Bye, Brandon. I'll see you at my Walmart checkout aisle.
Oh, he'll find some job in college.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, he was
yeah.
a D3 football coach like 2 years before he got the job as the Chargers head coach somehow.
He'll take
Um,
some like Vanderbilt or something
He'll go be the
awful
DC
and take
he'll
him
be
to
the-
like a 10-win season, and everyone will be like, "Oh, it was never his fault." And then
He'll
it
go
will.
be a defensive coordinator at Vandy or a head coach at like William and Mary and somehow get
Yeah.
another head coaching job.
hey, Penn State needs a defensive coordinator.
They do.
No, no,
I'm
Jonah, no.
No, I'd rather go
Jonah
be
click.
the.
Who was he the
I'd
DC
rather go be the
for when he
DC
got
for Penn
hired?
State
I can't
than
remember.
Stanley right now. I'm good.
I can't even remember who he was the defensive coordinator for when he got hired by the Chargers.
God.
Double directional university. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not anywhere prevalent.
God. All right. Real quick. This is gonna be quick because we're really low on time. We're gonna start off with this. Final prediction, though we can go in a little bit more depth later. What does the Steelers do in the first round if Mike Tomlin is still here? Realistically, what do you think they will do? Alex,
Cornerback.
go ahead.
Tackle or corner. It's, probably the two biggest needs on the team besides center. And there's no centers worth taking anywhere close to the first round in this draft. So
There is in the second round, I think, but I don't
there
think he's
might
going to
be
be.
one second round interior offensive lineman that would be worth it, but that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, EJ. I know you're not a
I
Steelers
think-
fan, but go ahead.
I think it's cornerback. I think they're probably going to go some guy from the SEC and hit people like KZ can, and then get suspended, and the cycle will repeat itself.
Which, by the way, Mink is out, so yikes.
Yeah, it's either
Um,
Kalen King from Penn State or a Terry and Arnold from Alabama. Maybe Kool-Aid McKinstry. I think he falls before
I like
Terry and
McKinstry.
Arnold does. Yeah, I think Terry and Arnold actually goes before McKinstry out of the Alabama corners. I think Nate Wiggins is probably the first one off the board because he's long and tall and really good in man coverage and really fast.
He's nuts.
Mhm.
He's going to match
J-
up with some of these wide receivers, and they're not going to know what it is.
Speaking of wide receivers, this wide receiver class is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Wait,
That's
real
what we
quick.
talk about closer to draft season, but I mean it's absolutely ridiculous.
Jonah.
I believe to my core that the Steelers are going to sell their souls and trade up to the first overall pick. Take Caleb Williams with the first overall pick. We'll go on to win 10 more Super Bowls with Caleb Williams as our quarterback, and Kenny Pickett would just be a footnote in Steelers history.
I like
I'm gonna edit
That's
that
that's
part
what I
out.
think to my core.
Yeah.
I'm
Steelers
gonna edit-
mortgage
I'm
their
gonna-
entire franchise for Caleb Williams, but keep Mike Tomlin and go 9-8 for 15 straight seasons.
Nope. Caleb Williams is going to take us to the promised
Alex.
land.
Alex, I hate to break it to you, but they're gonna go undefeated for Caleb Williams' entire career as a Pittsburgh Steeler.
He
I'm
won't lose a
sorry.
game.
Won't lose a game. At all.
never lose a game.
At all. At all.
You heard it here on Tailgate Talk first. Caleb
Whoa,
Williams
whoa,
will never
whoa,
win.
Whoa. Boro Tailgate Talks. We're not Tailgate Talks yet.
When do
Boro
we have
Tailgate
Boro
Talks.
Tailgate Talks?
You heard it first here on Boro Tailgate Talks. Caleb Williams will not lose a game in the NFL for his entire career. Stamp it.
There
Book
you
it.
go.
There we
Right
go.
there.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's
Until
probably
the
most-
Titans trade for the first overall pick, and he just gets hurt.
the Titans.
Give him to me.
Alex, I'm not gonna lie. Jonah's take is probably the boldest take I've ever heard on this show of all time.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Johnny Manziel being an MVP by Skip Bayless might be a little bit worse.
Yeah, that one's tough. But at the same time, you kind of got it. This
So
one
it goes,
is like
it goes
absolutely
Skip,
not gonna
Jonah,
happen.
and everybody else.
Except I'm not paid to,
I don't think
give my thoughts.
Yeah,
I'm an
I-
idiot. Everyone that knows me knows I'm an idiot. Like Skip gets paid to be an idiot. I do it for free.
I personally don't think any NFL team mortgaging their future on Caleb Williams is that crazy of a take, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. But no matter who the first overall pick is, I think it's gonna be Caleb Williams, regardless. No matter
Also, drafts
who has it.
The Patriots are sticking at 2 and picking a D3 long snapper.
that would be nuts.
God. Okay, real quick. For
Maybe
my
they can
second
have
one,
first
we're gonna
round.
start with Jonah this time, then go to EJ. Even though once again you're not. Oh wait, we didn't give EJ the chance to talk about the Packers. Crap.
It's okay.
Here we'll give you a couple minutes. So we have time for EJ because I did promise that. We'll go quick. Okay, if the Steelers move on from Mike Tomlin, who do they move? Who do you think would be the best pick for the Steelers head coach? EJ, you already mentioned it. Are you gonna stick with Brian Flores? Jonah, go ahead.
I'm up. Okay. Belichick.
Belichick, wow.
Belichick.
Bill.
EJ. Are you okay, buddy? Oh, is it a connection issue? It might be a connection.
Yeah, it was. Sorry about
All
that.
right.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were actually like.
EJ's pick for the Steelers' next head coach is Joe Barry.
No, God, no. Jesus.
But no, will you
if I
stick
were to
with Brian
pick one
Flores?
person for the Steelers head coaching job, it would probably be like I said, I think Brian Flores is a big contender for that job. If you want to get spicy with it, Tampa fires Bowles and you go after him.
Please no.
There's not a ton of guys that I look at and I think, oh man, the Steelers want them.
All right, I'm going to throw my delusional thoughts out there because I know the Steelers will never do it, even though I think it should really be a plausible pick, but I don't think it will because of the way the Steelers are. I think the Steelers should throw an absolute bag at Ben Johnson, the Lions OC.
Okay.
He's got 1 year left on his contract, and I can't imagine that there aren't at least 5 teams that would want him as their head coach in an offensive-minded league. So
Like it.
Mike Tomlin's getting paid like $12.5 million a year right now. I say they throw $15 million a year at Ben Johnson and try and get him to come in.
Or you can give Andy Reid a lifetime supply of permane sandwiches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
That would be
like that.
a steal.
Or you go get Wink from the Giants. See what we can do with him.
Get Wink
Old
Martin.
white guy. Yeah, really switch it back to the good old days of Steelers football.
Old white dude.
God.
Philosophy.
Okay. My pick. I think the Rooneys will be stubborn and Mike Tomlin will stay, and we will go 9-8.
That's
Okay.
realistic.
That's the realistic pick right there.
It's the realistic pick, but I'm not following my directions, so here we go. Just like Jonah, I'm gonna go bold on this one. Bold, and it's not realistic at all. We convince Big Ben to be the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Book it. Book it. Book it.
I mean, he already trashed on the entire franchise on his podcast, so.
Book it. Book it. No.
Give me AB offensive coordinator.
You know ball.
Book that.
You know ball.
Antonio Brown.
Ben
know ball.
Roethlisberger, head coach,
You know
Antonio Brown,
know
offensive
ball.
coordinator, and James Harrison, defensive coordinator. Give it to me.
Yes.
Oh, James Harrison would
Yes.
be taking
Book it.
hands off himself.
Book it.
He'd be on
Honestly,
the sidelines.
you want to know what would be interesting? I don't think it's going to happen, though. Imagine if the Steelers somehow pulled off Jim Harbaugh.
Yo, I mean,
Mm.
hey, don't be getting my delusional thoughts to cook even more. I mean,
Jim.
So realistically, I'm going to go
goes
bring
from
the Harbaughs into the
Bowl
same
to a
division.
Divisional
Oh
rivalry.
my
That's
God.
nuts.
I thank Bryce for this idea, and I'm going to stick with it. So if Tomlin were to be out of here, I'm going with Jim Harbaugh. Though let's be real, like we said, Tomlin's not going anywhere. But still, it's fun. It's fun to talk about this. But I'm going to go with Jim Harbaugh.
Give it to me. I
I
want
like it.
So okay. So real quick for the rapid fire, since you're in the championship, you can obviously sit out. So then we can give EJ and Jonah a chance to go here. So all right, here we go for week 16. Thursday night, Saints at Rams. I'm gonna go with the Rams.
I'll take the
Give me the
Rams.
Saints.
You want Saints?
No,
EJ?
I'm good.
Give me the Saints.
Wow. Well, this is
I don't think this Rams team is all that. Matt Stafford's playing his best football right now, but there's something about beat up Derek Carr with his back against the wall that gets me going.
The Saints are an absolute dumpster fire right now.
I know they are, but the Rams aren't much better.
Dude, they're about to resort to putting Famous Jameis at quarterback, which I would love to see personally.
What's the problem there?
I know. I would love to see Famous Jameis, but if your quarterback options are Derek Carr, Famous Jameis, eating dubs, no, yeah, I don't know. I'm going with the Rams though.
Alex, this is a rapid fire old school. I'm going it off my phone, and I'm writing down the answers. That's really old school. Bengals at the Steelers. I think Jake Browning will continue to be a dog and beat the Steelers.
I would put every dollar I have to my name on Bengals money line right now.
Bengals. Yep.
Yeah, I don't see how you don't.
Yeah, the Bengals are playing really well right now.
Steelers are dead. This is just going to be the nail in the coffin.
Hey, real quick. Another interesting thing my dad brought up. What do you guys think about the possibility of the Steelers maybe going out this offseason and getting T. Higgins?
I don't
T.
think
Higgins.
It's not going to make a freaking difference.
It won't. It won't, but
NFC bound, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think
most
so.
likely. Most likely. But I wouldn't mind it, but it's probably not going to change anything.
Yeah.
And you got to remember too, the Steelers, they're going to have a new OC next year too. So we'll see what happens. Bills at Chargers. Bills.
Yeah, Bills.
Colts at Falcons. Colts. I'm going Colts.
Oh yeah.
Colts pull off.
Arthur Smith has proven nothing to me.
Another horrible quarterback dumpster fire down there in Atlanta too.
I think Arthur Smith gets fired pretty soon here.
I can see that. Seahawks and Titans. Sorry, Alex. Seahawks.
Why are you sorry? Suck.
Yeah, I was gonna say why am I sorry? But no, I'm going with the Seahawks.
I'll take the Seahawks too.
I'll take Seattle.
Lions, Vikings. Dan Campbell's my goat. Lions.
I think the Vikings, that fun part with Dobbs and all that crap, I think that's over. I think the Vikings, or no, the Lions take this one. My bad.
Yeah, the Vikings are just bad, man.
Yeah.
And it's not on they're just so banged up.
Yeah.
Commanders at the Jets. Why?
I hope both teams lose.
I'm going with a tie.
Yeah,
I'm going with a tie. Since this doesn't matter for me, I'm going for a tie.
Give me Sam Howell's 5 touchdowns against that Jets defense. Yep, Commanders, baby. Commanders.
Guys, this one's tough. This one is so tough. Packers at Panthers. Oh, whatever will I do? Packers.
Panthers. Watch.
Okay.
What?
Watch. As a Packers fan, we've lost
Yeah, go
two
ahead.
straight awful teams. I wouldn't be surprised if we just keep sliding.
Yeah, EJ, we're a little short on time, but go ahead. Is there anything else you want to say about the Packers?
This is 2 weeks ago now. I'm so tired of Tommy DeVito. I'm done. I just don't understand how you let almost an undrafted, I'm pretty sure he was an undrafted rookie,
Yep.
dice you up. He looked like freaking Mike Vick out there. He was running all over us, throwing absolute dimes. I just don't know how Joe Barry has a job. I really don't. It really pisses me off. And then you go out and you put up that stinker against Tampa yesterday and blow a lead. I don't know. You gave me so much hope. I was like, oh, we can make the playoffs. We can lose 2 games and then win out. No, you win the 2 games against the Lions and the Chiefs. Give me false hope and then just show me that you are absolutely garbage at coaching football.
Now, EJ, you might want to be careful because the family might be coming after you for saying that.
They just sent a hit out, yeah.
I don't care.
Hey, is that a fish behind you, EJ?
Fish?
Is that a dead fish behind you?
A dead fish? The horse is
Alex,
dead.
Alex, is my terms for Italians spot on?
Yeah.
As if nobody knows, Alex is Italian. God, now I want some pasta.
I love, and by the way, this is not on Jordan Love. Jordan Love, bona fide quarterback.
For sure. Okay, speed round. Browns, Texans.
Texans.
Wait, what?
Browns.
Wait, is CJ gonna be back?
Probably.
Texans.
I'll take the Brownies.
I wouldn't be surprised. But they almost lost that game against the Bears, so I can't be convinced.
Yeah.
Should have lost.
Jags and Bucks. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to be back for this game. I'm actually going to go with the Bucks.
Buccaneers are kind of streaking right now.
I'll ride with Mikey on this. I'll take the Bucks.
Cardinals and Bears.
God.
Tied. No. Okay. Realistically, I do think the Bears will win this one.
Yeah, probably.
Cowboys, Dolphins.
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 What
Dolphins.
is it at Miami or is it at Dallas?
It's at Miami.
Okay, I'll take the Dolphins.
Patriots, Broncos. Broncos.
Mr. Unlimited. It's time, baby. You got to be unlimited.
I don't have it with me, but if I did, I would be pulling back up the statement from the committee just to make Mike mad.
Oh, there's a new punishment that I'm going to be doing when we go back. So when Bryce and Landon come up for the March Madness special, I can only be referred to that day as Little Bro. When I go get food at the Pogue Student Center and they ask for my name, I have to answer with Little Bro, and I have to carry around a sign saying, "My name is Little Bro."
Can we just like tape it to your chest so you
You
don't
want to? Yeah, if you want to. And Alex, I think to keep on.
Oh no, I'm gonna get you one of the name tags from like a convention and center event. Just
yes. And you know what? To keep on with the Little Bro thing, I don't think I'm gonna go with I don't think I'm gonna go with taking the glasses off for the March Madness special. I think I'm gonna go with the punishment pass that I cannot use for the March Madness thing. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Real quick. Raiders, Chiefs.
Yep.
Although the Raiders could shock us again. I'm not
That's
saying
true.
it's guaranteed, but this Chiefs team is beatable.
Another
That is
60
true.
bomb from the man himself, Aiden O'Connell.
Nuts.
Giants, Eagles.
Yep.
Definitely
I'll take the
Eagles.
Eagles.
Eagles. Now this could be a Super Bowl preview. Ravens and 49ers.
I'll take the Niners.
I think they're gonna beat them up, man. I think that Ravens D is gonna put a hurt on these. You're not gonna see as many wide open targets because you're not gonna have as many people on the field because they're gonna be hurt.
I'm gonna go Ravens.
I can't take the Ravens. I can't. I already said Lamar Jackson should be MVP. I can't do that twice where I ride the Ravens. Yeah.
This could be Lamar's MVP game right here.
Yeah.
If he rocks head to head.
True. This could decide the MVP. This really could. This really could. Okay. So real quick.
Nightmare scenario for the NFL. Brock throws like 4 picks. Lamar doesn't play very well, and McCaffrey goes for like 4 tutties, and you have to pick McCaffrey. You have to.
The scriptwriters won't like that.
No, they'll make it Dak. Dak will throw over the last 3 games.
Yeah. Never mind. We can't do that. No, it can't be Dak.
Like
it
1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns.
What are we doing? God. Okay, so real quick, a little promotional stuff. Go subscribe. We actually have a new Tailgate Talks YouTube channel that is up. Jonah, EJ, you better subscribe or you're never coming back on the show again. Hey, you too. You haven't subscribed yet. You have not subscribed yet. So I can't make the decision. You'll just be fined a lot of money.
I'm going to the link immediately.
Yes. Subscribe. Tailgate Talks official is what it's called. It's just literally the Tailgate Talks logo we have right now because we don't have a logo right now. We're going to move there January 17th for the first ever Tailgate Talks rebranding. Also, January 18th. That's a busy week. January 18th, Alex and I will be going on television for the Critical Eye with Isaac Petkac. Tune in. It's on the CW. Can't wait to see what Isaac has in store for us there. And is there anything else promotion-wise we're missing? Oh, I'll have another Going for Gold out soon with Alex talking about the rebranding and everything. I'll be shooting more Going for Gold soon. Jonah will get this because obviously we went to school together. I'll have pretty much almost everybody from the 2015 to 2017 Greenville basketball boys on. So Joe Bat, maybe Trap, don't know. TK won't be able to make it. Connor Guilfoyle, Josh Edel, can't wait for that. And then I'll be doing my Arkham Origins review with Josh and Sam. So a lot going on. I might have another vlog out for Barrel Tailgate soon because I had enough footage, so figured post a vlog. Alex and I will decide what we do for next week's episode as it does fall on Christmas Day. And hell nah are we recording on Christmas Day. So we'll figure it out. Maybe who knows? We'll figure it out. You'll see. We'll have an idea. Might be doing Richie's thing next week so we can fill it because it most likely will be a short episode as we discussed a lot of NFL here. So just pay attention to social media and there you go. So right now we're going to transition to the finals of the rapid fire between Alex and AJ. Alex, would you like to do a cool transition or are you just going to do another paper toss?
Beef jerky.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the finals of the rapid fire competition. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I in a vlog style right here? That is because I'm on my phone and not my laptop, and Alex is actually the one recording.
For once, recording from my end.
Because I gave him permission to do all the stuff. I figured we're both co-hosts. He should have permission. Nah. Okay, so yes, the finals, of course, is returning champion Alex against AJ. All that crap AJ talked in the Road to Rapid Fire is starting to become true.
I think I don't know how many times everyone played each other, but I think we split, me and AJ.
You might have. I'd have to.
I didn't. You know what? I didn't do particularly well.
The camera's like really close to my face. God, I'm not used to this.
Hey, AJ's a postseason guy. He's a postseason team.
Okay, because I changed.
I'm like Brady.
I changed notebooks, so I don't have the first meeting. But AJ won week 12.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew I lost one of them.
So that's that. So yes, I have a board right here, as it's right here as Alex is in the red, AJ's in the blue. I tried my best to do the lines. It's very hard to try not to rub my fingers against these, so that's why the lines aren't the greatest. So, I'll try my best to down. So before we get started, we'll start with the defending champion, Alex. Is there any final words before you give your final rapid fire predictions of the year?
This is the matchup I actually wanted. I already swept Little Bro, so I wanted AJ.
After me, not AJ in the final, whatever. Okay. Okay. Got any final words?
I came to win. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
I'm going out swinging. I'm gonna pick my upsets and we're gonna make it work.
AJ and I did also discuss a tiebreaker.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Tell the viewers the tiebreaker.
So if we end up tying, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a NFL Combine workout, and whoever wins the most events will take the championship.
Oh my God! I hope you guys tie. I would love to see. We should just do that for fun, even if that doesn't happen.
AJ is going to be taking some upsets. I think this is probably the lowest probability of a tie we've probably had all season. But I honestly probably agree with some of the upsets because some of the lines are pretty tight. But yeah.
All right. So, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Start us off.
Scuffed.
Here we go. I know you guys can't really see this well, but of course the viewers don't want to see a loser like me. So this is the camera angle we're going to go with. Saints at the Rams. Alex, you are the defending champion and have the better overall record, so I think it's fair that Alex goes first.
Yeah, I think Stafford's having a really solid bounce back season. I think the Rams are rolling for a playoff spot right now, and I think they keep going. The Saints are pretty bad right now, so I'm gonna go Rams.
As I try to do this, oh my God, as I try to do this without ruining the board. Yeah, the handwriting's gonna be terrible. So, my bad. AJ, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a certified Derek Carr hater. Dude has sabotaged the Saints season. Easily could have won the division, but I'm going Rams. They're hot right now.
Okay, for this next one, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this.
Yeah, I think this is typically a situation where Tomlin wins this game to keep the over 500 hopes alive, but I genuinely think that Jake Browning is playing well and the team is demoralized, and I don't think Mason is going to be very good, so I'm going to go with the Bengals as well.
God, this is so hard. Why did I write lines?
You could probably just write the team's first letter.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna. I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. All right, Bills at the Chargers. First game without Brandon Staley.
I mean, Easton Stick is still playing quarterback. I don't think you can possibly pick the Chargers in this game.
Yeah, I'm with that same line of thinking. You killed the man. You didn't kill the idea yet. They still got the same people out there playing defense. I think they're giving up 60 this week.
Man, that's crazy. Colts at Falcons.
Very similar to the Rams. I think the Colts are highly motivated right now. They're rolling. They're playing really well. This is the first possible week that Jonathan Taylor comes back off of injury as well. I'm not sure what the likelihood is, but there's a possibility of a return for Jonathan Taylor. They should be healthy enough, and Gardner Minshew's playing well enough. I don't think that the Falcons can hang on. I think this is a Colts win.
God, it's a terrible C. AJ, go ahead.
Yeah, Falcons ain't it. I mean, it's an awful division for a reason.
Exactly.
Seahawks and Titans.
This is the one. Hawks at Titans. Geno is uphill for playing tonight. They will be on short rest if you're going into this Tennessee game. The Titans are kind of rolling right now. They got some momentum after beating Miami, and they are at home. This is a tough one for me because I want to pick the Titans because they're heating up and they're actually somewhat vying for a playoff spot right now. But I think I'm gonna take the Seahawks. I'm gonna take the Seahawks. I'm gonna do it.
AJ.
My first upset, I'm taking the Titans.
They're
playing really good.
And you know what?
That's the first different one too.
If that's the pick that I lose the championship on, I'm fine with that.
Lions at Vikings.
A couple times over the past couple weeks, the Lions have shown they're vulnerable, but they just got a huge win against Denver, whose defense has been performing pretty highly over the past couple weeks. I just don't think that the Vikings have what it takes with their current quarterback situation. I'm going to take the Lions.
I concur. Nick Mullins, ain't it?
No, not unless he's with the Niners.
Even then,
Commanders at Jets.
I can't. I think the Jets at this point in the season, it's not going to happen. But this team is currently feeling like our 2022 Broncos situation. So I'm going to take the commies in this one.
I too am taking the commies. I mean, Zach Wilson got hurt. Trevor Siemian, you don't want him playing football.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this for this next one. Wait, wrong color.
Yeah, I mean the Panthers got a win over the Falcons yesterday, which is so funny. But I don't see they're not good enough. Jordan Love is playing pretty hot, and this team won by scoring 9 points. So I don't understand how you could pick them in this game. I'm going Pack.
Watch Joe Barry will find a way to lose us this game.
He's gonna play prevent when they're up 2.
He's gonna play soft cover 4 the entire game.
God.
I can already see it.
And AJ, just to be sure, the ones where I already wrote the games down, those are your picks, right?
Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
Okay. There's no other games. I have no idea who you picked. So, Browns and Texans. CJ Stroud is back. I think we said.
I'm banking on it. They're saying his symptoms are improving daily, and it's only Monday. So yeah, I'm gonna go Texans at home in this one.
I'm also going Texans. I think even if Stroud doesn't play, Case Keenum brought them back into the Titans game this week. I mean, they won. It was in overtime, but I mean they can still win games.
Yeah.
Okay, Jags at Buccaneers.
This is a much needed bounce back game for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I think that the Buccaneers O-line is pretty holy right now, and I think Josh Allen will have a good game in this, and I think there's a Trevor Lawrence bounce back game. I'm going to take Duval at Tampa.
I'm also taking Duval. I think the only reason the Jaguars didn't beat the Ravens is because they shot themselves in the foot too many times with turnovers.
Yep.
Cardinals at Bears.
This, it's in Chicago.
Yes.
You know what? Montez Sweat has really turned around the Bears defense. They're playing really well right now. They forced some turnovers. They probably should have beat Cleveland this week if Darnell Mooney could catch. I'm gonna take. I think Kyler Murray's still a little bit rusty. I think he's still a little bit iffy about running on that knee. I'm gonna go Chicago at home in this one.
Yeah, I mean, even as a Packers fan, I have to respect what Justin Fields is doing. He's been playing really well the last couple weeks. DJ Moore has always been a stud. Their defense has been good. I mean, it is true. The only reason they didn't win is because Darnell Mooney can't catch footballs in the end zone. I'm going Bears.
Oof, I was nervous you were going to go Cardinals because I think that one's honestly, with Kyler being back, I think that's a coin flip game.
No, the Bears are a good football team.
Cowboys at the Dolphins.
The We Beat Bad Teams Bowl. I forgot about this one. Wow, this is a tough one. Holy cow. Cowboys at Dolphins. Freak, dude. This is a tough one. I'm gonna go Miami. I'm taking the home team. I think the Bills laid a blueprint for other teams, and I think Miami has a far better defense currently than the Bills. They have a much better secondary. So I'm gonna go Miami at home.
Okay.
I'm taking the Cowboys personally.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. That's a tough.
I just think Dallas's defense, I think, can put clamps on a lot of what they do offensively in Miami. And if Reek's not 100% or Waddle goes down like he does every week, I think it's possible. I'm taking Dallas.
I think Stephon Gilmore's having a great year coming back in. But I do think that if Waddle and Tyreek both play, I do think that Deron Bland will get toasted a couple times.
Okay. Patriots at Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think either of us have to struggle with this one. I'm taking the Broncos.
Also taking the Broncos.
My God, the Broncos being an auto lock, that is weird.
I know it's weird. All right, Raiders at Chiefs.
It's just, I don't think. I mean, Mahomes, the Patriots defense is underratedly good. They're one of the best defenses in the league right now, especially against the run. But I think that that really, the Mahomes performance in that game really solidified that they're still a really good team. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yep, I concur. I'm also taking the Chiefs. I don't trust Aiden O'Connell.
No.
As
You're
I
not
just-
trusting Aiden O'Connell to put up another 60 bomb like he did against the Chargers?
I mean, maybe if the Chiefs hire Brandon Staley this week, it could happen. But other than that,
All right, Giants and Eagles.
God. I don't
Come
think
on.
Jalen Hurts would even have to play this game. Oh, yeah, I'm taking the Eagles.
fly Eagles fly.
Absolutely.
Right, gentlemen, this last one. It's a tough one, and it's a big one to end on, especially for the championship. Could decide the MVP race as well. Here we go. It could be a Super Bowl preview as well. It's possible. Ravens at the 49ers. Think about it. Let's hear it.
I already know my pick for this one. I've been thinking about this one. AJ and I are both a big fan of him. I think this is a Lamar legacy game. I'm gonna be totally honest. I think that the Ravens defense can hit Brock Purdy a couple times and make him scared, and I just don't trust Brock Purdy. He has the Avengers, sure, and this could be a crazy pick. This could lose me the championship, but I think that this is a Lamar Jackson legacy game right here. I'm taking the Ravens.
Wow.
Oh my God. No, I'm banging the 49ers in this game. I don't think Lamar is going to be able to stop Bosa.
We'll see.
Oh, gotta write down the right color. I knew that was gonna happen a few times. But all right, that is your final picks. You cannot change them. This is the finals. So what the different picks? One,
Titans game, yeah. There should be 3.
Yeah.
Two.
Seahawks, Titans,
and 3.
Cowboys,
Yeah, 3.
Dolphins, and then
Ravens, Niners.
Yep.
Yep.
Honestly, in my opinion, I could see it coming down to the Ravens and 49ers game to decide the championship for this. I seriously can see that. So
Yeah, because I can see our other two different picks splitting. Quite frankly, I could see that going that way.
yeah,
We'll
I mean,
see.
I could see Dallas losing for sure, but
Yeah.
But all right, this episode's been way too long, so Alex. go
Yeah.
ahead.
Go ahead and sign us off. I'll hit us with a paper toss real quick. This episode's been forever in length, so good night, America.